What's up? What's up? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to a mini episode of Unspoken Truth. I'm your host, Denise. Hey, what's up? I hope everybody is productive today, having a positive day. Um, hey, we made it back to another Tuesday. Okay, so today's topic is ego. Oh boy, I so need this conversation myself. So let's get into it. Um, Ego. What is it? What do it mean? Because I like to start all of my episodes that's on a specific topic giving some kind of definition so that everybody has a collective understanding of what we're talking about. So I believe that ego is this thing, this feeling, this energy, this spirit that how you talking out of turn, how you moving weird, how you blowing and destroying relationships and connections with people, how you out here saying things like, "Hey, I'm doing this. I got this going on. I'm doing." It's one of those things that end up showing you about being humble. Okay. Um, like I said, I know for a fact I so need this conversation myself because I've noticed the ways in which I've let ego lead instead of me having control over it. Um, for example, um, constantly being told certain things in relationships, not necessarily romantic ones, maybe friendships. Um, you're not a good friend. You don't know when and how to show up. I'm one of those people, if I don't know, I don't know. I'm not about to sit here and pretend like I know. I, I don't know. I ain't never been the person that portrays as though I know everything. Because I don't. If I don't know nothing about it, I will tell you, like, I don't know nothing about it. But see, ego had you tripping on more about what was said to you instead of you focusing on what you need to get from whatever is going on. And I had to learn that this year, where I was all the way up here, screaming and hollering, angry, frustrated, and in the end, the scenario I believe was created and put in front of me for me to focus on myself, for me to really look at myself, the things that I do, the ways that I show up or lack thereof. Um, it was a reality check, is what ego did for me. Now, and in some other people's lives, ego may not. It may not. Your experience may not be that. It may be you losing some important people because you don't know how to let your ego not run your life, not be having you out here saying and doing stuff that's out of alignment with who you are. Um, it's tough. I'm not about to sit here and say that it's not hard, it's not frustrating, that is not necessary or required for you to have some control. You got to have some control over the things within you, the things that you know make up who you are. Have, if you will, molded and shaped you into who you are. Your ways. I hear a lot of people say you stuck in your ways. I don't know if I agree with that now. That I've endured certain things or experienced certain things. If I agree with that terminology now, it's you stuck in your ways. I think a lot of us are ego driven. I think a lot of us let our ego just run the show. And I can speak from my own personal experiences where I have been in a season in my life where my ego was this big. You know, it's not so much what you do that plays a part. It's also the things that you say. I will find myself like, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I got everything together. I'm orchestrating things, and I'm not too sure where that mindset came from, where we tell ourselves that we in control or that we really making things happen. Now, I'm not taking nothing away from the energy, the effort, the consistency, the work ethic that we all have when it comes to the things that we enjoy doing or have the privilege of doing. What I am saying is we'll we'll subconsciously feed ourselves that we in control, and we'll forget about who really is in control. And I don't know who else I'm talking to outside of myself, but when I'm saying the things that I'm saying, I'm talking to myself too. I've allowed myself to get too high for my bridges. I've been told that in my life, um, where my ego is bigger than my actual height and weight, perhaps. And I quickly had to learn that God will humble you quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I'm not sure if I'm just now realizing the significance of that now in the season that I'm in now. But I'm going to tell you, I would rather humble myself, check myself, have my own inventory and analysis of myself. Because outside of who you believe your creator or higher being is, they not the only ones that know you. You know you. And a lot of people don't have to tell you about you. You know you. Okay. Probably better than other people. So it becomes a thing of accountability, ownership about the traits, the characteristics that you possess, that you operate in. I had a season in my life where everything was going good. I had all the things that I wanted at that time going for myself. I had a thriving commercial cleaning business. My kids was doing good at home and in school. Life wasn't bad. It was a wonderful time in my life. Because of my ego, everything started to fall apart. I started to lose the very things that I woke up happy about. I started going through hardships and I was angry. I think sometimes we get in a place in our life where we looking for somebody to blame. I'm no different than nobody else. I'm human too. We looking for somebody to blame when stuff start falling apart. And usually we tend to project those feelings, those thoughts, those emotions onto to the people close to us. Whether it be our kids, if you have any, whether it be your significant other, if you have one, whether it be your family. Sometimes you find yourself attacking the wrong people, issuing it out to people who it don't belong to, not having no accountability within yourself about what's really going on and who set the tone and the stage for it to happen. And I think that's the biggest lesson out of whatever it is that you're dealing with. That you get that out of it when you're done with it. Or when it's done with you. Your ego, it will get you in trouble. It'll have you saying stuff out of this right here that will it will burn things for you while you watch. It will end things for you without you wanting it to happen. It will cause you to detach from the responsibility that you have in it all. It's not everybody else. It's not you saying that it's everybody else. It's you. It's what you set in motion. It's what you entertained. It's what you participated in. What I will tell you about ego is it destroys. It destroys your self peace, your self esteem, your self worth, your ability to see clear. It will destroy things for you. It is not a benefit for you in a positive way. It's literally in your life to shake things up, to get your attention, to point out the stuff within you that need to be assessed, that need to be looked at, addressed. And that's what I learned. That was my lesson this year. To let my ego die. Just to let it die. It's okay for things to not be set up in a way that we want it to be. Because in the end, a lot of it we don't have no control over. We want to. We tell ourselves that. I do it too. I tell myself, yes, I'm in control. I got this. And a lot of times that be ego. It don't be truth. It don't be reality. It's not facts. The fact of the matter is, the only things that we can really control is our response to things that was literally sent to destroy. That ego is on the list. It's on the list. Again, I don't know who this conversation or subject or topic is for outside of myself today, but I am urging you to let it go. It's not serving you. It ain't about to help you get where you're going. It ain't about to help you get through the things that you know you need to deal with within. It's not going to help your relationships and connections. It absolutely is not going to help your relationship with God. It's not. I'm definitely in a different place in my life where I can't. I can't even tolerate my own self dealing with certain stuff right now that I've already dealt with in the past and been through and already know how it's going to end up. It makes no sense to keep repeating the same thing. I got what I needed to get from it. I would prefer to humble myself than to let God do it. I think it's less painful, in my opinion. When God humble you, you be hurt. Ooh, you be hurt. And I'm not necessarily saying in the physical where somebody can see, but that ego be, ooh, you that pride, you be hurt, man. Your feelings be hurt. When I would rather go ahead and hurt myself with the truth. Go ahead and feed myself with the truth. I know what the truth is within myself. Yeah, people could tell me what it is they see from on the outside looking in, but it's what I see. It's what I know exists. Is what I know need to be dealt with. It is what I need to have acknowledged and awareness about within myself. It is extremely helpful when somebody point out the things that they see is a problem for you. But it is, to me, in my opinion, is no greater disservice to yourself than for you to not be self-aware, for you to not be willing to check yourself, for you to not be willing to have ownership and accountability for who you are. Because it ain't gonna be no changes or no differences or nothing new until you accept the part of you that already exists. Once you do that, then it's like, oh, okay, I've accepted this part of me. I'm not happy with it. I don't want it to exist. I absolutely don't want it to rule and control my existence. So I'm gonna acknowledge it, and then I'm gonna start doing the work that's necessary for me to keep myself in line, keep myself balanced. I wish it was a different way for us to have all the desires of our heart without keeping a rapport and a direct connection with the higher source. I wish it was. But I'm going to tell you, it can't be. It don't exist. Those are the things that we want to have that's outside of God, that don't include God. How do I know? Because I did it. I tried it. I did it. I actually had a whole life outside of God. I ain't think he had to be included. I ain't think I had to spend that time that I was spending before I was telling him to bless me and give me favor and have abundance over my life and my plans and my thoughts and my mindset and my change my heart and do all this stuff. And then he started giving me all the stuff I was asking for. And then I got that ego. Ooh, it got inflated. I started feeling like, oh, I ain't got to sit down and talk with God no more. I ain't got to have that rapport no more because I got what I wanted already. Because I got what I thought I wanted already. I quickly learned that the same way it was given, it'll be taken. And some people may not agree with that. I do because it happened to me. Oh, you think you smart. Or you think you got it all figured out and that you're going to be able to sustain all these things that came from me through me to you and not acknowledge who I am or acknowledge the part I played in it. Boy, God stripped me butt naked. Literally. Everything that I had been given, I lost. All the way down to my biggest supporter and support system. And even ego played a factor in that. Because all the time that I had him in my life, my ego was so big that I couldn't even really see clear as to who he was in my life for real. I had this ego about myself where it's like, no, I'm running things. I'm in control. I got people doing this and doing that. When in all actuality, it was all God. It had nothing to do with me. He seen that it was places and areas in my life where I needed certain people to show up for me. And instead of me seeing that for what it was and embracing it and actually enjoying it while it was around, I abused it, dogged it, disrespected it. It was a gift that was given that I ultimately can look back on and say I just about destroyed because of my ego. Because I didn't have enough wherewithal within myself to say, no, you not right. That's not okay. They don't deserve that. When it was me, I was upset and unhappy with myself. And I knew it. I knew it in here. I too prideful, too stubborn. Thank God that he stuck around. He ain't give up. He ain't decide like, you know what, you too much to deal with. That was the gift. The patience that this man had with me and my ego. Now I can look back and be like, whew, the time that I was given, whether I felt like it was enough time or not, doesn't matter. Most of that time was wasted with me not being grateful, with me not being humble, with me not swallowing my pride and my ego and actually enjoying the gift that was given to me in the form of a man. I thank God for that connection, that experience in itself, because it taught me what love looked like with no conditions. And when I say that, I mean I ain't gotta do this in order for that to happen or for him to do this. I ain't gotta move like that. I ain't gotta be hoping that stuff is going to happen a certain way. It was already aligned. It was my ego that messed up my vision to the point where I couldn't recognize real for what it was. It happens. It happens. You get to a place in life where things are going good, but I'm telling you, if you don't acknowledge who is really in control, it doesn't matter what you got going for yourself. It don't matter what it is you want to happen. That ego is going to get in the way, and it's going to start destroying stuff before you even got time to build, before you even got time to create, before you even got time to get off the ground with whatever it is you're trying to do. Your ego must die. And it's gonna be painful. And it may very well be ugly. But I'm telling you that is the one thing that has got to happen in order for you to get on the other side of what's for you. For you to actually enjoy the things that you working for. The things that actually make you happy. But if the ego is allowed to control and dictate and run things in your life, just imagine what's gonna happen. What's gonna be the outcome of that? This spirit of control. It'll have you disconnecting and detaching and cutting off stuff that's supposed to be benefiting you, supposed to be helping you along the way. People, places, and things. Don't let that one thing destroy everything in your life. It's not worth it. I'm living, breathing proof of what letting ego get in the way of you becoming the best version of yourself. You even deciding or starting to grow or heal. Don't do it. Because when you do, it just delays what the inevitable is. Today was a mini episode. Like I said, this is not like a Friday. This is for me to connect with my people on their lunch break or their downtime. I hope that this conversation get the ball rolling, get the conversation going. So we can touch back on this in a more lengthy way. Be careful out here. It's the holidays. It's a lot of stuff going on. Be mindful of other people, but most importantly, be mindful of yourself. Have some grace with yourself. Give yourself some time, some love, some TLC today. Whether that be, hey, going to get your hair done, whether that be taking you a nice bath, whether that be reading you a book, whether that be meditating and listening to some soft music, whatever it is that you do to regroup, to reboot, to restart, do it. Do it for yourself. Do it for your nervous system. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in every Tuesday and Friday. Stay tuned. This Friday, I think we gonna have one hell of a conversation, and I'm excited and I'm looking forward to it. Again, I love y'all. Y'all be careful. If you on your break, get back to work. I will see y'all Friday, 8 p.m. Y'all tap in. Okay. I love y'all. Be safe. I'll see y'all then. Peace.